I've had lots of breakup conversations in my life. So I would consider myself an expert. And this is why. So I've had lots of breakup conversations in my life. And the thing I noticed, so pre-sobriety was, my behavior was much different than it is. I've been sober since 2011. And so my behavior is much different. I've done lots of personal development. I've done lots of work spiritually, emotionally, mentally. And quite honestly, pre-sobriety, I just didn't have the courage to have hard conversations. As one of my favorite quotes, life is easy if you live it the hard way and hard if you live it the easy way. And so pre-sobriety, and this is pre-personal development, pre-spiritual work. I mean, there's a lot of things that I've done. I've done the 12 steps. I've worked the 12 steps. I've learned how to live an honest life. And I've learned how to make amends, and I've learned how to do the next right thing and so forth. But I've done lots of other things, personal development seminars, personal development workshops. I've done trauma intensives. I've done a lot of work. And I have a lot of people in my life and I've done hundreds of hours of therapy. And I have lots of people in my life that I believe give me good direction, good advice, and so forth. And at the end of the day, I just want to feel good. I want to do and I know that if I do the next right thing, I'm going to feel good. Now, pre-sobriety, I didn't have the courage to have these difficult conversations, because a breakup conversation is a hard conversation to have. And so what I used to do is turn into an asshole, cheat on her. I mean, basically blow up the relationship to where she ended up breaking up with me. So that was kind of what ended up happening. But now the conversations, and the reason why I started thinking about this is because I have a friend who reached out to me, and he's in a relationship and he really wants to end it. He knows that it's not a good relationship for him. And what kind of happens when the partner realizes that the breakup conversation is coming, they kind of turn into a really nice person. I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen with me, and I've seen that in my relationships and in the breakup conversations that I've had. But again, what I've learned is that life is easy if you live it the hard way and hard if you live it the easy way. And there's never a perfect time to have the breakup conversation. It's just like, when do I get a puppy? When do I have a baby? I mean, there's a lot of things. There's never the perfect time to have the breakup conversation. What I've realized, so I'm going to give you a couple of tips and some of the things that I've learned and ways that I have had this conversation, and it really seems to work. I mean, first off, you never want to have the conversation when after a huge fight or a huge argument or a huge blow up, because you want things to settle down. You want to be at a place where you're stable, you're grounded, you're calm, you're thinking clearly. And so pause, reflect, pause when agitated or doubtful. So you don't need to break up in the heat of a huge argument. Once you realize it's time to cut ties, it's time to go. And hey, I'm guilty of staying in a relationship way longer than I should. And I'm guilty of getting back into relationships, even though I know that they're not the right relationship for me, and we're not aligned in our values or whatever it may be. And so the conversation always starts with, again, this is just my recommendation, or this is what has worked for me anyways, gratitude. So much gratitude. I have so much gratitude. I'm grateful for our relationship because I learned so much and I've grown so much as a person, which is probably true. We grow from every relationship we're in. And that's what I've learned. Every single relationship I've been in, it has been a positive experience. And I would say that my relationships post-sobriety, pre-sobriety, they were all pretty screwed up. Post-sobriety, my relationships have been pretty healthy for the most part. And they've gotten healthier as I have continued to grow and develop spiritually, emotionally, mentally. And the breakup conversation is first I express gratitude because it's true. It's hey, I'm so grateful for the time that we got to spend together. And I really appreciate you. And I appreciate our experiences together. I had a lot of fun. We had lots of good times. And I've realized it's time for us to go our separate ways. And that's pretty much it. And I've gotten really good response. I don't know if there's a lot more to say beyond that. it's a pretty easy conversation. There's not really, I mean, once you make the decision that it's time to go your separate way, it's just gratitude and I appreciate you, and it's time to go our separate ways. And then there's probably going to be some sort of a conversation after that, but I've gotten really good feedback from that type of a conversation. And at the end of the day, really, I just want to feel good. I want to feel good about my behavior. I want to feel good about the man I am. I want to feel good about my character. And I'm not taking jabs. I'm not like poking, or I'm not being manipulative. I'm not telling the person that they're a bad person, again, because I'm in this conversation when I'm at a good, peaceful state. And when to have the conversation, I don't know. You just have to kind of feel it. There's never the perfect time, but once you feel it, the sooner, because you're going to have this conversation looming over your head until you actually have it. There's never going to be a perfect time. Should I do it after their birthday? I don't want to screw up because it's their birthday, or they're graduating, or they've got their parents are coming into town, or whatever it may be, or it's the holidays, it's Christmas, it's, I mean, there's always going to be something. There's never going to be the perfect time. The perfect time is as soon as you see the opportunity and you can sit down and do you plan it? Do you not plan it? I mean, I've kind of done both. I've done the time just kind of happened. I remember a breakup conversation I had was pre-COVID. So it was March 6th, 2020. And I remember we had the conversation. It was just the right time. And then I went to the UK from March 8th. And I just remembered because obviously that was a pretty major year. Had the conversation on March 6th. March 8th to March 13th, I was in the UK. COVID hit the world. And then I came home and we were actually living together. And she moved out, and I believe she's a lot better off today than if we were still, man, I can't even imagine. If we stayed together, if we didn't have that conversation, going through COVID together would have been pretty miserable. So anyways, those are my tips on how to have a breakup conversation, and hopefully this has been useful, and I will catch you on the next video.